What about Total Divas? Did you watch me in Total Divas? You know, a lot of people. I sometimes I really like shooting that show. And, you know, they took me to Antigua. They took me to like different locations that I never should have been. They took one time when I think we did like I think it was the bachelor party. We went to Vegas. They booked the basketball suite, a basketball suite in the Palms. So we had maybe it was a 5,000 square foot apartment with a full size basketball court
And not feeling right. Welcome
with
to
locker
Handsome
rooms
Chatters.
and a bathtub that you can open both sides for, I guess, like naked people to take a bath while everybody else is watching. Like, how otherwise? I would have never otherwise booked that per se, right? Because I'm not that guy. But thanks to Total Divas, I got to experience that. So I'm very thankful for that. And then they played a prank on us, which was so bad. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell that story. Oh boy. So the same episode. If I don't know if you've seen the episode or you didn't, it doesn't matter. So I think the whole point is, I believe I am celebrating, or me and CJ are celebrating like a bachelor party hours or something like that. But anyways, and we, you know, they booked this hotel in at the Palms with a basketball court, which is so good, and all kinds of activities. And one of the nights, I think it's one of the first night that we get there, and my friends are there. We invited my friend Jody, we invited Robbie, CJ's brother, and I think her sister, and some other guys. So more people. I think John and Trent, I think were there. Renee was there. You know, a whole bunch of people for the party. So one of the first night, or maybe it was the first night, we get there, and I'm so tired, and they want us to go to this restaurant, right? And we're like, fine, we'll go. So we go and we start eating, and it's me, you know, the whole crew, and Jody is there with me. And then all of a sudden, this kid comes with a wheelchair, and you know, he's somebody's pushing him, and he goes, "Hey, Mr. Rusev, you know, I'm a big fan, you know, do you mind if I get an autograph?" I'm like, of course, dude, right? I signed. And then he keeps talking to me. And I'm tired, but it doesn't matter to me because I will always. He started saying how I think he used to be a wrestler. And then Jody, my friend Jody, looks over and he's like, whatever his name was, Alan. He's like, Alan? He's like, Jody? So all of a sudden, they know each other. And now Jody tells me the story how they used to wrestle together and did a whole bunch of like, you know, wrestling and how he was good and he was good or whatnot. And Jody's like, what happened? What happened? He's like, yeah, I took a bump or whatever, you know, broke his spine or he couldn't walk anymore or whatever. And we were so devastated. We were just like crushed. And then they wanted to hang out with us club. But before we get there, you know, me and Jody are riding home, and Jody's like, "Man, I can't believe this guy. I feel so bad now, you know, because you know we used to wrestle together, and then he suffered that injury from the ring. It's just terrible." And I'm like, "Yeah, man." And just, you know, it makes you think a lot of things, like in perspective. So then, 2 days later, we go to the dinner, and that guy's there, and the dinner is like a very like a private dinner in a very expensive restaurant in a back room. You know, it's just us, and we're gonna have magicians because I told them that I love magicians. So they got us this performance magicians, and there's this guy with a mask comes in. You know, he's got the mask deal, and he's doing some kind of magic tricks. Uh, oh no, but before that, let me back up for a second. We went to this club, like one of the nights went to a club for like, you know, after dinner went to a club party, so they film, and this girl is coming on to me, which was the same girl from the first night that was pushing the guy, the wheelchair. So the girl, she wanted to hang out, so she came in, you know, because he had the wheelchair, he had to stay home. So she came and she started coming on to me, and I'm like, whoa, you know. And then they told CJ because the cameras, and she started being mad at me. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I haven't even done anything. Because she's like, hey, let's go to the bathroom. I'm like, I just laugh because like, it's so ridiculous that somebody would say that when my wife is there. Like, it was so funny. And I didn't even react. She's like, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, what am I going to tell you that to ruin your night? Because this girl who is like a fan is just acting stupid. Like, obviously, I'm not going to tell you anything, but obviously, I'm not going to hang out with her either. So this happens. And then we have this dinner the next night in this private restaurant, which is very expensive and it's very cool. And there's magicians start coming. You know, the magician comes with a mask and he has two women with him. And, you know, they make tricks and this and that. And one time, at one point, one of the girls takes her mask. And it's the same girl from the club. We're like, wait, what is going on? And then they called me up and like she started doing some tricks and they pretend like she peed on me or something like that. And then the magician guy took his mask off. It's the same dude from the wheelchair. And I was like, what? And then we started connecting the dots. Like, I guess Renee played a trick on us. I know. I'm telling you, this story is freaking. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I guess Renee hired these people. She played a prank on us. I guess they're like actors. But what made it so? Hold on. But what made it so real is because we had no idea that Jody would know that guy. You know, if it was anything else, we'd be like, I mean, it's not like you'll think, oh, somebody's messing with us, but because Jody actually knew the magician guy because before I guess he's got the magician job, he used to be a wrestler and everything. And it was so accidentally they met. And Jody was crushed. Like we were just like devastated because this guy lost his legs because of he was a professional wrestler. Not lost him, but he was just handicapped. And we felt so bad. And then at the end, this freaking guy is a freaking magician and they played a freaking trick on us. Man. Man. Catfish? I don't know what that is. I don't know what catfish is. Catfish. But yeah, man, that's a real story. There was an episode on Total Divas. It's crazy. О, мерси, гладиатор. Мерси. Беше много заслужена. Заслужена победа. Като на локото победите. No, there was no Scooby-Doo because there was no monsters. If there was a monsters, I would definitely look around for Scooby-Doo. And it's always the guy that you meet in the middle, in the beginning of the show. Wait a minute, Mr. Thomas. How's training? Training is good, man. Training is good. Yeah. So Total Divas, that was crazy, and we've been to a lot of cool destinations. So I really didn't mind doing that show. Oh man. So what's interesting? What's interesting? What are we gonna play? Gym's just open here, bench press again. Why does everybody rushes right to the bench press? You guys are so immature. So immature. Like everybody wants to just bench press. The first thing when somebody thinks of gym is bench press. Why? Why is that? Why is everybody thinking of bench press? Ooh, my wife's calling me. Hold on. Hello. I'm twitching.